Hola. Greetings from the hot Spain. It's just so amazing that it's like end of September. And it's still so warm, even like hot. It's just if I would be living in Finland right now, I would be so freezing. There is some weird sounds coming outside. I'm just gonna close the window. Wait a second. There we go. Okay, you know what? It's the second last time when I'm going live. Not forever, obviously, but we have had a long journey with this book. By the way, you get it from Amazon, the nearest Amazon where you live. So we have had a long journey. If this is the first time you're watching this video, I recommend that you go all the way to the beginning and start with part 1. They are not so long. Some are a bit longer, maybe 15 minutes, but usually they're about like 10 minutes, these lives. So it shouldn't take more than a few days to go through. It's like really valuable teachings in those videos. Or of course, you can just buy the book if you are not in the mood to watch 15, 16 YouTube videos. So be my guest. So now we are at chapter 12, Trust in Divine Timing. Oh, I love this subject. I would have many stories to tell about as well. But they always take so long time. So I'm just gonna try to keep it nice and neat and short. But divine timing, a big thing for someone like me who is so really damn impatient. I guess many of us are impatient, especially in this kind of like fast food chain time when it's all about me, I want everything now. So trusting in divine timing, at least for me, it has take many years to kind of like get the hang of it. And the thing with that, I don't think one can learn to some kind of like tools how to trust in divine timing. I think it's just practicing it just in your own rhythm and like just taking those chances and it's just like having this kind of attitude that life is an adventure and you need to follow your heart and take those courageous steps in those orders where your heart says, even if it makes no logical sense, and just trust that you will be led divinely to the next door and to the next door when it's meant to be. And this whole subject of divine timing, so the thing is, you always kind of like realize it later. Sometimes it may take many years before you realize why some specific situation or thing happened in your life. And sometimes you might realize it just after a few hours or a few weeks or a few months. But that's the tricky part in trusting divine timing, because sometimes you don't even realize why something went the way it went. You might think like it was a little bit like failure. Okay, there is no such thing as failure. There is only growing and evolving, I believe. But anyhow, you might perceive that something kind of like bad happened to you and it did not go the way you wanted. So you're just like, well, screw all this thing. Like I had my list, I have my orders from universe, I have my things, what I wanted, I had my goals and dreams, and it just didn't work out. So screw all this. So I'm not into these things anymore. Sounds familiar. I think it has happened to quite many of us. But it's exactly in those moments you need to have trust and faith in divine timing, that everything, all the so-called answers will be revealed to you when the time is right, when your soul knows when the time is right for your own process, like when you are ready to realize the connections, to realize all the beautiful. I have this picture of golden spider web, and your life just seems all messy and there is points all over the place and you just really don't understand why some things happened and why some things did not happen, even if no matter what you did, no matter how much you wanted it, and you have those dots all over the place. So just it's easy to say, but have trust that someday in divine timing you will see the connections and it will form this beautiful spider web, or maybe some beautiful, mandala, flower of life. Flower of life, it's called. It might just all seem like really explosion right now, and especially right now because we are living such a remarkable time, such a remarkable time in whole like evolution of our planet Earth. So I guess now maybe even like like much more ever than than before, you are feeling like, oh my god, just like nothing makes any sense, like why you are here, why nothing is working, why all these whys. So it's like this perfect test. School of Life is giving you a test, but a loving test. It's not like, I'm giving you a test, like, it's not like that. It's, when I say test, I mean it's like a loving kind of test for you to really like be in your own power and have that trust both in you but also in the universe, in the higher power, how you want to think of that higher power around you. And really good like journaling exercise for you. Actually, it's, I don't think that's not in the book even. Well, kind of. Here is the first question goes, when was the last time you were disappointed and what happened afterwards? So it's kind of in here as well. But if you want to make it a little bit more deeper journaling experience, so you could really think of your life and write on one page like all these things and situations that you were just like hitting the wall and you were like, oh my god, why this is happening, like really that you didn't in that moment realize, and maybe you still haven't realized why something happened. You didn't get the job, or that relationship went like that, this and this happened with your kids. There is like multiple different examples. So just write some of those down. It could be only one or it could be many. And then the next page, you're gonna just start with the one you have there first, and just like ask yourself, your soul, ask your higher self, like, okay, what was the deal with this? Like, why it happened? Not from your ego mind, from your higher self. So you might want to just center yourself, maybe take some few deep breaths and just connect with your higher self. By the way, I have a meditation about connecting to your higher self here in YouTube. It's both in Finnish and in English, so you'll find it there if you want to do it before this exercise. So, and then just really see why it happened, because there is some greater reasons why your life went the way it went. And sometimes you want to just be a little bit like an eagle or a hawk, that you rise up a little bit higher perspective, that try to make the experience less personal, so that you are raising more high above the sky, kind of like looking up from the ceiling, or looking up from the sky like an eagle, and see the whole perspective, the whole situation, all of the relationships and people who were involved, and think your life now. And most likely you will find some kind of reasons teaching something that your soul needed at that point of your life or this point of your life. So you will find those connections. And if not, it might also be that there is something that happened that you just really don't have a fucking clue why it happened, or vice versa, that there was something you really wanted it so much and it still didn't happen. It could also be that something didn't happen what you so much wanted. And it might be that the answer is not ready yet, or it is ready, your soul knows it, but you are not ready to receive it. And don't take it any bad way. Just know that it will be revealed to you when the time is right. Trust, trust, trust. Trust that you don't have to know everything. Like, we are so damn much in our mind, and we are being taught all the years in schools, like, we must know everything. We must have a logical reason for this and this and this. And we are so kind of like brainwashed to thinking that we must always understand everything, that we must know about everything. Like, just, you don't have to. Because, for example, do you really understand how this Zoom, or not Zoom, YouTube live is working? Do you understand what happens when you print out a paper from the other room, and without any wireless connection, the paper comes, that thing that you push some buttons on your computer and you print out a paper and it comes from another room? I still don't get it, and I don't understand how all these internet things works. I'm so amazed by the technology, but yet I can use it. I can be grateful about it. I trust it. I trust that this works. I hope so, that the internet connection works this time. But I don't have to understand it. It's the same with life. It's the same with the life deepest secrets that you would so badly want to reveal. You would so badly want to get answers right now, probably. But just know that you don't have to. You don't have to know. You don't have to understand. It's enough that you find the peace within yourself. Yeah, the mantra for this week, I love it. I am exactly where I need to be right now. No matter how frustrating the situation, or how hard or how sad, whatever the feeling is, or maybe a lot of anger, whatever the situation is, say to yourself and out loud if possible, I am exactly where I need to be right now. Write that on a piece of paper, post it, stick that somewhere where you see it every day. I am exactly where I need to be right now. You could add there, even if you want, I don't need to understand this. I trust in divine timing. I trust that everything that happens in my life is happening for me, not to me. Everything in my life is happening for me. Everything has a reason, even if that in that frustrating moment it might not feel like it. Yeah, and the action step here for this week: ask help from the heavens, from the light. It can be just like little things, like I ask them help all the time, like in my everyday life. Like, for example, I have lost my keys or something else. I don't find some item I'm looking for. And then I just stop, take a few breaths, and I'm like, okay, give me a hint. And then I might hear, it's my own voice. I hear it though, but then I might hear or just get an inclination, okay, go to that room, or go in there, search there, and it works. So it could be asking help when it comes to little small day-to-day things, or just bigger things, like really, like, pray for help that you are getting enough food so you can feed your children. It can be really literally big things as well, but you need to learn to ask for help. There is like hundreds, thousands, I don't know, millions, maybe even angels and other guides, ascended masters out there, and they are wanting to help you, but their hands are tight as long as you don't ask for help. So you need to ask for help to get it. Okay, I don't think no one is watching right now, and there is no questions. It has been quite quiet in the chat. I don't think it has been so many people watching these lives, but however, I do see that there has been people watching the replay. So if you're watching the replay, and I have a message for you. This is from Isis deck. I haven't even watched it by myself. Temple of Carnelian. Entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. Okay. Just first watch the picture. And what does it awaken inside you? That's always the first rule of thumb. What does an oracle card awaken inside you? What message it has to bring to you? And sometimes it might be just a little bit more cryptic, like this one was now for me. So luckily we always have a guidebook. I'm just going to read a few lines about it. Not the whole, these are really long. So if you would like to know the whole explanation of the card, feel free to message me on my Instagram or Facebook direct message, so I can take a screenshot for you. Okay, you have such strength within you. It is time to trust in your own boldness and courage, taking risks that feel true to your heart and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodied, and more of yourself, even if not always comfortable, are going to help you live the life you were born to live. There is no room for procrastination, self-doubt, or turning back. She urges you on to your high destiny, calling to you to believe, keep going, reach higher, and expand wider. I don't know about you, but this message was definitely something for me. I did need this message, so thank you, Isis. It was from this deck by Elena Fairchild. Okay, we are gonna finish for today. Have a lovely weekend, and we see you next Friday. It's the last time. Ciao.